Hey guys, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another stream. Let's see how the market is acting today. But first, give me a quick second, guys. Let me just finish setting everything up. It's been quite a weekend right now, so I am a bit behind. Had to catch up on some other work, but hope everybody's doing good right now. Let me know in the comments how everybody had a great weekend. And let's see, what stocks are you guys watching right now? So let me just pull up chat. This times this twice. So we can see, right, market is, especially some of the growth stocks, right, even though market is pretty up, Dow is up 0.65%. We also have the Nasdaq down 0.83 and the S&P down 0.15. Some of my stocks are definitely taking quite a hit right now. For example, Net is down 4.82. What's going on, Gordon? Fiverr's down 4.74. Even Unity is down about 3.75. Mercado Libre down about 4% right now. So it's definitely, I want to say, a red day in growth stocks right now. CrowdStrike down 3.48. I'm liking CrowdStrikes at these levels for sure. More dollar cost averaging. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how I was just looking at FinViz, right, Gordon? And I saw Dow up, but so I thought the market was going to be green. Right now, it just seems like financials and health and industrials are the things that are green today. But we can see big tech, communication, that's pretty much red right now in the market. And we can also see what's big tech, right? Microsoft, Nvidia, Adobe, Google, Facebook, all down a nice amount. What's going on, Lisa? Good morning. What's going on, Rajesh? Good morning. Ganesh, valuation rotation happening due to raising in yields, similar to how we've seen in February. Ganesh, yep, I saw that I saw that was there were some talks about interest raising in yields. So just valuation rotation, right? I mean, to me, that's why I like to also invest in companies that have a strong balance sheet, that have some form of positive cash flow from operations as well. I do have some big names, right, like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, in my portfolio, right? So I'm not too worried about this rotation. We've seen it in February. I do believe sometimes it does give us a bit of buying opportunities. Ganesh, have you made any changes to your portfolios? What's going on, Fizz? Good morning, Fizz. Hope you are doing good. Fizz, I'm telling you, that video is coming out soon. Don't worry, it's coming out soon. I don't care if it goes back over 100, it's coming out. I actually was at a friend's house recently, Fizz, and they had a Peloton, and I was told to take a picture on it to use it as a thumbnail, but I didn't do it. I probably should have done it. But let's see. Let me just tag everybody on Discord channel, and then we can get this episode started. Let's see. All right, everyone live streaming. Boom, boom. Did they love it? I don't know. It's like multiple people in the house. One of the persons says they did early on. I don't know about any more. Ganesh, nope. Sticking with what I'm holding. Ganesh, what are some of your top positions, if I may ask? Feel free to tell me to mind my own damn business. But we can see, right, 5 things to know before the market. I thought one of them was actually pretty interesting. Your take, Rajesh, my take on FTNT. Not sure if I've heard of it. But let's see. So Wall Street looks under pressure with just days left in September. I mean, I don't really care about the overall volatility, so that's not important. Treasury yield jumps ahead of a busy week for Fed power for the Feds. Bond prices fell Monday, pushing the yield on the 10-year and 30 yield to 1.5 and 2% respectively, levels not seen in months. All right, so this is what Ganesh was just talking about. Federal Reserve Chairman is scheduled to testify before the Senate on Tuesday and the House on Thursday. Powell also appears on the European Central Bank panel with other central bank leaders on Wednesday. So it's definitely going to be a busy week for him. I guess some investors might be kind of interested in that and might kind of make the market move up and down depending on what things are said. But I do believe that's more like the type of volatility we'll see, probably short-term volatility until the actual news gets really analyzed. Let's see, number 4, Tesla CEO Musk praises China for the second time this month. They keep going after my boy Musk right now. But number 5, I thought this one was the most interesting one. 5. Google cuts cloud commission and Facebook delays Instagram Kids. First, I believe Facebook, Instagram Kids, delaying Instagram Kids is probably a great thing. I wouldn't say there's not many parents who want to have their kids in some form of social platform, especially a social platform just for them. So that I think it's probably a smart move. Not every Just because we have the technology and the app for it doesn't mean we need to make it. I think that's what they do. Facebook, no freaking way, Fizz. It does. That is insane. If I had a kid, I personally wouldn't. I mean, it depends. Like, are we talking kids, like kids? Um, but the other one, Alphabet, or Google is reducing the amount of revenue it keeps when customer buys software from other vendors on its cloud marketplace. So this is his cloud marketplace, not for apps. As the top tech companies faces increasing pressures to lower their so-called take rates, the Google Cloud Platform is cutting its revenue share to 3% from 20%, according to a person familiar with the matter who asked not to be named in order to talk about internal policies. This is actually pretty crazy, right? So this is not the Google app. This is not the App Play Store, but within the Google Cloud Platform. So if you're using one of Google servers to kind of run something, you're able to let's say I don't know if CrowdStrike is one of them, but let's say CrowdStrike had its ad there. Now CrowdStrike, whenever you kind of go with purchase a CrowdStrike platform to kind of develop whatever you're developing, or to get whatever you need, or Twilio, for example, that revenue drop from 20% to 3%, in my opinion, is going to be a huge thing, especially since Google's cloud platform, I believe Google's cloud platform is not profitable at the moment. Let me take a quick look at Google's investors relations. So I think that's going to be, Danny, how was dinner last Friday? It was good. Ended up hanging out with some friends. We went to like a nice barbecue place. I didn't spend all $100 that Peru gave. Got to put some of that to invest, but definitely had a nice dinner with the wife and some friends. But we can see, right? I was taking a look. Google Cloud, for example. Operating income. Google Cloud still makes no money. So I'm gonna guess if they do move into this platform, Google Cloud is gonna take more operating income loss. So that's gonna be interesting for sure. Very, very interesting. I wonder how Google stock is actually doing right now. Is it down more? No, it's not. It's down about 0.44%. I guess because Google Cloud is such a small portion of this company's revenue and it's still not profitable, so it really doesn't affect. It doesn't really affect it much. What's going on, Peru? Peru, man, Peru really. Peru was the talking point of on Friday. Yeah, right, from my friends too. So thank you, Peru. Appreciate the support, and I seen you commenting on some of my videos. Appreciate it. And then, yeah, Google Cloud doesn't make any money. So Google Cloud, if we take a look at revenues, right, Google Cloud makes about $4.6 billion in revenue, where total revenue is about $61 billion, right? So that's not even 10%. That's probably, 8% of total revenue comes from Google Cloud. But this is a company that at the moment has the segment makes no operating results. It's still at a loss. And now with this recent news that Google, again, it's not confirmed, but someone familiar with the matter, Peru. Why, man? It's Monday morning. It's Monday morning. There's no reason to get my heart rate, but appreciate the support, Peru. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. Peru coming in. I don't know if Peru won the lottery, if one of my tier 1 stocks helped them out, but anything. Peru, appreciate the support. It means a lot. I'm gonna have a huge. You're increasing my pressure. But appreciate it, Peru. Appreciate it. And feel free, Peru, to, if you ever need any stock, in just my opinion, again, I'm no professional, but if you ever just want me to do a video on just my opinion, feel free to let me know. And Greystone, what's going on? Greystone, what's going on? Kendall, what's going on? David Becker. So definitely pretty interesting, right, for Google. And Fizz, I actually did not know about that Facebook for Kids. Peru, you are Jose's platinum member. If I ever have a freaking a conference with all our YouTubers and we all meet, Peru's gonna get like a special table and everything. A table for Peru. It's gonna be sponsored by Peru. Soon this channel is gonna be sponsored by Peru. Thank you. Welcome to this live stream. This live stream is sponsored by Peru. What's going on? Mama Dukes is on the chat right now, coming in with a good morning. Good morning, Mom. Man, it's crazy, right? Support from everywhere. Danny, what's going on? So is anybody interested in any stocks right now? What are you guys looking at? I did my video yesterday on the 4 stocks I'm planning on buying this week. For me, dollar cost averaging, what I did PaySafe, I did Shopify, I did Roku, and I did DraftKings. It's actually pretty funny how that worked out, because Roku and Shopify kind of worked. Peru Invest. I never appreciated Peru. I thank you. It really does mean a lot. He's never been on YouTube. I am just here to help YouTubers keep up the good work. Peru, appreciate it. You are coming in clutch. Appreciate it so much. It really does mean a lot. Danny, did you talk about the interest rate hike? Not much, right, Danny? Not much. That's not a market I'm too familiar with. So I try to bring knowledge or my opinions on stuff I'm very familiar with at the moment. Danny, I wouldn't say interest rates is something I'm very familiar with. So just pretty much the headlines on it. We saw the rates there, and kind of Ganesh kind of gave us that thought where, because of this reasons, we're seeing the overall rotation into growth stocks. Into more value stocks, and that's where we're seeing a nice decrease in growth stocks. At the same time, for me as long-term investor, right? I'm still super young, just turned 29, so I have multiple years ahead of me. So for me, I don't something like this, interest rates definitely could affect the portfolio in maybe 2-3 years, but I'm looking for multiple year time frame. Right, a multiple year time frame. So I'm investing in companies I believe can still continue to do well in any type of market. You, Kendall, you need to make a Peru fund for all this money he's gifting and put it in the subscribers recommend stocks. I am so I'm actually gonna be able to dollar cost average a little bit more this week, Kendall, because of this fund, Kendall. So definitely, I actually only ended up using like. I know I was joking last Friday where I was going to use it all for a great dinner, but no, I'm using it mainly for investing. But I did treat myself to a nice dinner. So Peru, thank you for dinner. My wife also says thank you. We definitely enjoyed dinner on Friday. So Gordon, Amazon is dropping more than 2%. That's crazy. I mean, you have some big players. I'm hoping, right? Short term, I buy on Thursdays. Roku, Shopify, PaySafe, and DraftKings stay at these levels. I really don't want them. I really don't want them going up anytime soon. At least Thursday, to give me some nice buying opportunities. These are the stocks I'm looking at. Guys, feel free to let me know what are some stocks you're looking for this week. Rajesh, when is she starting? I don't know. At the moment, she has no thoughts. On starting, but whenever she mentions the stock that we're gonna buy, I'll let you guys know. I'll let it know on the live stream. I'll tag the stream. My wife told me to buy this stock ASAP, and then we all just go in and all make money on her choices. Luis, what's going on, Luis? Hey, Jose. I was looking at dividend stock. Was thinking about CCOI. So we'll take a quick look at stocks in a bit, Luis. I know we have some from Kendall kind of mentioning a bit. I think some other people mentioned. So we're going to kind of go up. Gordon, looking at DraftKings drop to 50. So yes, DraftKings, I believe anything below 50 would be super attractive. And Gordon, 500 shares of PaySafe, looking pretty interesting right now. Great position there. I don't think I'm that big yet in shares. But would love to. I think PaySafe can be a very interesting play in one's portfolio. It might not be one that moves in the next month or two, but as the movement in gamification and eCash solutions, yesterday I saw that they were working with some Dutch European banks as well to increase those eCash solutions. I know, Gordon, you mentioned another one. I think it was PagoSafe, Gordon. I'm not sure if it was you, Gordon, but there was someone else that mentioned a kind of a competition in the eCash solution. Pace, right? It was Pace. Pace sign. Thank you. I gotta write that down, or I'll be rewatching this. Kevin, what's going on? Kevin Henderson coming in with a suggestion on DNA. So guys, let me know what are your thoughts. Are you guys planning on buying any stocks this week? Is there anything looking super attractive? Let me know. And let me just say, hey, I'm planning because I don't know if you're requesting me to look at that stock or that's the one you're planning on buying this week. David Becker, about time. We are wanting to know what she is buying. At the moment, I tell you guys, she's not buying anything at the moment. Uh, I'll let you guys know when we go. She's like 4 for 4 right now. So on the next one, we're gonna go big. But let's take a quick look at my overall portfolio. Stocks are seeing quite a down day. Um, Gordon, look at DraftKings, but beginning of October. Luis, why beginning of October? So right now, okay, we're seeing a little bit more green. We got Skills up 0.0%. Skills, I was actually just looking at their app store. They just released Big Buck Hunter. No, not Big Buck Hunter. What's a Big Buck Hunter? It was it? Let me see. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. Hopefully, Big Buck Hunter. Yeah. So Skills, a Big Buck Hunter, and I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's the number one in app stores as top sports game charts. It's number one, and that just released about I don't think you guys will be able to see. But it's the number one. So Skills is actually pretty cool. Freaking Peru, man. Peru. I mean, I appreciate it coming in with another freaking beast mode. I just don't know how many thanks I can say. But thanks. I appreciate the support. It really, really means a lot. This is gonna be my best day ever. I thought Friday was my best day ever, but Peru comes in. What's going on, Alejandro? But Peru, I mean, Path. I really enjoyed Path in the. I've talked a bit about Path, right? The overall market that they're doing is super interesting, for sure, right? The overall robotics automation platform. I've done a few videos on Path. At the moment, I don't know if it's because of the industry I used to work in. I didn't see much of it, but maybe because I was in more secure and more a secure kind of company. But maybe more. This is definitely a company that's seeing huge growth. I know the company. One thing I did mention wrong in one of my previous episodes was the overall lockup expiration date. On Google or on Nasdaq, I believe their lockup expiration date is set to be October 16th or October 19th. Their lockup expiration date actually happened already, and that's why we see this nice amount of volume. I do believe that's one of the main reasons the stock price has kind of dropped down. Maybe some insiders, right, needed cash out there. But we can see the kind of lockup period for UiPath has kind of happened already. Normally, that's when most volatility is happening. And I do believe this is 50 levels is providing a nice amount of support for UiPath. There are a lot of tech investors that I follow. I believe Peru and Beth are two, especially Beth. Beth is very impressive in the tech market, and I believe she is bullish in Path right now. I do believe Peru is too, but I don't think Peru is more of a tech investor. I think he's just more of a growth style investor. But Luis, betting will get bigger at the end of baseball, and as football gets into swing, plus fantasy football will be again. Luis, that's true, right? So I mean, betting is definitely going to be a little bit more interesting. I think if you're more of a long-term investor, it might be better to just dollar cost average in many positions, right? It's you don't have to wait for those good news to happen. Sometimes that good news might already be known. Alejandro, hey Jose, what is your timescale for Shopify? Last year, people were saying valuation is off the charts. So I do believe Shopify is one of those companies that is a bit, I want to say, overvalued compared to the market. Just because it's overvalued compared to the market doesn't necessarily mean it's overvalued compared to where the company will be headed. But that's the risk of investing, right? Future valuations of companies, right? We don't, even though we can kind of foresee type of growth, whatever innovation this company sees in the future or does in the future can make these levels seem cheap. In current valuations, it does seem pretty expensive for me. Shopify is more of a dollar cost averaging. Shopify is one I am planning on holding for multiple years. They recently just announced a partnership with Roku, which I thought was pretty cool. They also recently announced a partnership with TikTok to provide more services to their customers, right? So I think a company that's continuing to innovate in stuff like that is pretty impressive. So this is more of a multiple long-term thing. For me, Shopify, though, is definitely one of those ones that can take a nice pullback. For me, these are more dollar cost averaging. So Peru, this is CRISPR, is one I don't really follow too much. But that's more because this is more, I want to say, in the biotech industry, right? The biotech market is I believe it's in the biotech gene something like that. This is that I'm more of a semiconductor type of guy. I come from an electrical engineer background. So in the therapeutics market, not something I'm too familiar. So at the moment, I'm kind of missing out on this one. It's definitely seen quite a rundown since since this company went. I think was it a SPAC, right? Since it's at SPAC, is kind of this is insane though. These smokes. No, it's an IPO, right? In November 16th. Pretty impressive returns. And right now sitting at plenty of volume, very attractive levels as one is kind of bullish in this company. This is not one I kind of get into. So Greystone, Peru, what stocks do you invest in? Peru. So Peru, actually great question, right? Peru. So Peru, are you more of a long-term, what type of investment style do you do? I'm pretty sure a lot of people are super interested about that. So he made a lot of money on Neo. I bought in a $1.50 call, and now 15% profit goes to the hardworking YouTubers. That is pretty impressive, Peru. And I'm pretty sure a lot of YouTubers go out and appreciate the support. It's pretty insane. I mean, so many people believe just because we're YouTubers, even right now with 20,000, like if it wasn't for support from you guys or from sponsors, the actual YouTube ads wouldn't sustain a normal player. So pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure the YouTube community appreciates it a lot, Peru. So pretty impressive. That is insane. You bought Neo at $1.50. Impressive. And I'm guessing you went in have you been investing for numerous years, Peru? Kind of curious. This is going to be a Peru interview, guys. All right. So this live stream has just become to the Peru interview. If anybody wants to ask any questions for Peru, feel free to post on the comments. So Najarro here, what app you use for trading? So Niraj, my apologies if I completely butcher that name. No disrespect. I'm gonna just go with me for now. I don't trade. I really don't trade. For me, I am a long-term investor who pretty much buys into companies I believe are going to do well in the future, and mainly in markets I invest. For me, though, this right now, what I'm using is TradingView. I use technicals as my last things. First thing I look at is fundamentals, looking at companies, investors relations presentations. I use other applications like Simply Wall Street, Lazy FA. Where I use most of my investments is Fidelity. I think that's actually my only broker right now. Fidelity, there's plenty of investment firms right now. There's Fidelity, TD Ameritrade is also another impressive one. But for me, I've been investing for about 8 years. I've tried numerous things. I've tried things from options. I've tried things from forex to day trading to swing trading. And obviously, when I first started, super young, my first thing is I wanted to make money super fast. And obviously, that excitement of day trading, that excitement of option trading was super enticing. I ended up realizing that wasn't the best way to make money. I was actually losing money. And then after numerous years, I saw that long-term investing was the way for me to go. It's super easy. All you need is patience and investing in companies that have strong fundamentals that you believe a market will grow into. So for multiple years, I've been now a long-term investment, and that's where I believe is gonna continue to be. So that's my way. It's boring. It's sometimes slow. It was slow, right? Kind of growing your first few hundreds of dollars is slow. But even me, right? Still with my portfolio size, I'm still investing as much as I can. And it's only a few $100s a week. So don't long-term investment, dollar cost averaging, in my opinion, and the overall compound interest is what really moves a portfolio. So Nee, if you're looking for trading, I would say, hey, start focusing in a bit long-term investing. Fund it, buy it, and forget about it. Rajesh, that is a great approach. Great approach for sure. So Peru, he uses two apps. He uses E-Trade and Robinhood. E-Trade, oh wow, E-Trade was the first one I used to use. And he uses Robinhood. Robinhood, I think, is one of the best to kind of get entry in. I think Robinhood has one of the best user interface. Even though I don't use it anymore, if there was ever a beginner to tell me, hey, I want to learn about investing, I honestly would say Robinhood is probably one of the best places to go. It's super easy to kind of learn about it. So Peru, and recently invested in DMY. This is the one you were talking about, right? And this is the one I should have done the video on, right? I mean, DMY. This is Peru was talking about this stock on Friday, and the stock is up 12.39%. Holy smokes, Peru going ham. What's going on, Ed? What's going on? OSS is looking attractive around these prices. I like OSS. Be careful, Kendall, with OSS, right? It is a super small micro cap. One that I don't mind having in my position, but one I would never open big, right? OSS, the overall accelerator market, I can see it as an electrical engineer. There's definitely a market behind a company like OSS. At the same time, super small market cap, super small market cap, right? Something that even for me, I would only keep as much as 1% in my portfolio. DMY Technologies likely to approve the quantum leap on IonQ. Danny, not a fan of Robinhood. Can see the appeal, to be honest, right? So Danny, agree, right? I mean, there's definitely many reasons many people don't like Robinhood, but I do believe for the entry investor, for the entry level, it is a great position. I feel something like Robinhood, I mean like TD Ameritrade or like E-Trade or Fidelity like I use, might be a bit scary for a beginner. There's too many buttons in my opinion, right? There's too much things going on happening, where Robinhood is nice and simple and can get you started pretty quickly. Peru, if I may ask, Peru, how many positions do you normally hold? Or do you hold multiple positions but go really ham on your heavy convictions? So let's see. We got 1038, and feel free, guys, if you guys have any stocks, feel free to let me know. DMY, this is one I'm gonna add to my bookmarks because the least I can do is Peru is super heavy into this one. I should at least take the time to learn about. I can't add this to bookmark. Add to bookmark, yo. Bookmark. Nope, no bookmark. How do I do bookmark, man? Am I just that? Here we go. My star. Add bookmark. There we go. Yep, DMY. Peru loves this. Wow, Peru. Also, Peru, pretty impressive, Peru. Peru coming in, early investor into Ethereum, invested at $11 in July 2016. Very impressive, Peru. That's pretty insane, Peru. So definitely congratulations to all those returns. And look, I mean, Peru is the prime example of just long-term investment, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure Ethereum took many hits during the time. Same with probably Path still taking things. Neo, for example, probably also took big hits. But look, invested early in 2016 in Ethereum. Now the stock Ethereum is what, 3,100, depending on how. I know it was in the low 3,000s yesterday. There's just a prime example of long-term investment. And I mean, look at that, 11. That's a huge multi-bagger. Stock Invest, Jose, please research which paid subscription did you purchase for the research. What research? Stock Invest. Oh, for my research, there's only two services that in forms of actual research for me that I use. I only pay for this one, Simply Wall Street, which I think is like $300 a month, and then Lazy FA, which is like $12 a month. So really, those are the only two paid services I do for research. Everything else is pretty much just reading the news. I think Twitter is a great platform if you follow good people. And just, for example, I follow Beth Kintith. I forget, my apologies on her name. But she's a very smart investor in the tech world. And there's many people, Seven Investing group as well, right? They have a great community of great people to share stuff online. So there's definitely plenty of cheap stuff online, in my opinion, to just learn about the market if you want to be familiar with individual stocks. If one doesn't have the time for individual stocks, I do believe ETFs and more like index funds are probably the best way around it. Let's see. And actually, it seems like my stream is a bit slow, but it's in ultra low latency, which is pretty interesting. I feel like the video is coming in at a lag. Hopefully it's not. Right now it is 10:41, 46, 47. So let's see, guys. So just got back from my meeting. Wow, Peru. Yeah, Fizz. Those were my exact things. Wow, Peru. Pretty interesting day. I mean, I'm lost for words. I don't know how many thanks I can say, but just one more time, thank you, Peru. So guys, if there's any stocks right now you guys want me to take a look at, feel free to mention. Peru is the new short the market person. I don't know. I mean, his stock that he mentioned, Fizz, you got to get to his levels, right? He talked about DMYI on Friday, and look, it went up 12.5%. What have you been talking about recently, Fizz? Peloton. It's actually up 1%. Actually, Fizz, you might be up there too. um, Peloton, right? So pretty impressive. I mean, he did mention some great investments he had early on. Um, if you missed Fizz, he got into NEO at $1.50. He got into Ethereum at $11. DMY is one of his most recent plays. So very interesting for sure. So what's going on? Kendall. All right, Kendall, we'll take a look. And now he's just helping the YouTube community. All right, so Kendall, I believe you've been here for some time, Kendall. We will start off with you. Let's start off with RPay. Not familiar with this market. Repay Holdings. So right off the bat, Repay Holding provides integrated payment processing solutions to industry-oriented markets. Super small market cap, right? $2.3 billion, right, Kendall? Pretty super small, but expected to grow at crazy levels. $23, 23%, right? 23% growth on annual revenue growth for the next few years. So it's a nice growth stock. The company is profitable in cash flow from operations, is not positive in earnings. Most software companies, you tend to see that, right, where they're not profitable in earnings, but they are positive in cash flow from operations. So fundamentals don't look bad, right? Positive cash flow, strong revenue growth, super small market cap. If we take a look at their financial health, I do want to say maybe one of the things I would wish was a little bit better was their overall balance sheet, right? They have about $428 million in debt and about $120 million in cash. They are a bit leveraged. Obviously, they have long-term assets and other assets, but as a company right now that is still not profitable in GAAP earnings, I would have definitely enjoyed them to be a little bit better in balance sheet. If we take a quick look at their overall, let's take a quick look at overall technicals. So stock price right now, you can see it's definitely been sitting at these levels since June of 2020, right? May of 2020. Stock price hasn't really, it's kind of just sitting in this trend. So we can see there's a lot of volume here. In forms of technicals, I wouldn't say it's too overextended, and it's sitting at a huge volume area. The final thing maybe we can take a look at is Y charts. And maybe take a look at EV to EBITDA forward ratio, because this company is positive in cash flow from operations. So it might have there. So RPay, for example, if we take a look at multiple years, its current EV to EBITDA forward is 26.55. We can see that, Kendall, that does seem a little bit high compared to where it's been in the past. So I want to say one of the biggest issues for RPay, obviously I don't know the market. We're just looking at fundamentals. We're just looking at technicals and valuations. The overall market is a big important aspect. For me, this is more of a dollar cost averaging opportunity, not a time to really go into just because of those valuation metrics. I wish their balance sheet was a little bit better, but again, the whole market that they're hitting might be independent, might be super strong, and you might be excited about that. So Kendo, I hope you are interested. So Gordon, did he get into Amazon at $50 back in the 90s? Food also up. My other talked about company. I'm not gonna give you any more props, Biz. You get enough props for the day. You got that 1% on Peloton. I guess my other contrarian would be Gravity. How is Swish? Dude, I'm joking, Fizz. Peru, I also holding Baba 500 shares, not gonna sell. Also, I will sell my SoFi at 47. So Peru, we can see definitely pretty interesting investment. He has big positions in Baba. He is super excited about SoFi. Whereas I know we have a super SoFi investor here who's super excited. So I'm pretty sure he is excited to see Peru in SoFi as well. And with a price target of 47. SoFi definitely giving nice opportunity around that 15 levels. Fizz, you are the world's worst trader. I mean, I think I can take that crown with you as well. Fizz, wish was a trade that doesn't count. Sounds like a solid company to get their balance sheet cleaned up. Well, wait, Kendall, agree. I think if their balance sheet gets cleaned up, it could be it definitely could. It would look a little bit more attractive, especially right as you have talks of kind of interest rates going up. you definitely want a company with at least a very healthy balance sheet, a very healthy cash flow. So it would look more attractive with the balance sheet. Again, this is more of if you have free trading and ability of fractional trading, dollar cost averaging wouldn't be the worst things to just get some skin in the game. But I would expect, not a guaranteed, just expect the ability of this kind of pulling down. So next, what else do we have? We have Junior. What's going on, Junior, with GM and HIMS? I'm not too familiar with GMs in the automobile, but let's take a quick look at HIMS, and then we'll go down the list, see how many we can we can take a look at. So HIMS, right off the bat, right? This is one of the SPACs. SPACs were super exciting last year. We see, right, HIMS jumped all the way up to $25 and now sitting at $8. That's a huge drop on this company, right? And this is what's happening with a lot of SPACs. Sometimes SPACs, the best way is to kind of just get into that nominal value and kind of just wait out. If it kind of gets overextended, just wait it out. I mean, we've seen a lot of companies, Tattoo Chef, for example, Skills, this one, HIMS, numerous companies in the SPAC world that seem dissimilar charts. Right now, HIMS has definitely pulled back a lot of volume where it's at right now. If we take a look at the overall fundamentals, HIMS right now, this is very early stage, right? Company expected to grow 25.8% on average. Right, who was it again? Junior. So super growth company. Unfortunately, this is not profitable or positive in cash flow from operations. So for me, this is a very early stage business. HIMS, so right off the bat, this is what I would call a speculative play. Speculative plays are not bad positions. It just tells me, hey, Jose, this company is still in early stages of its business. It still hasn't really made a huge name. Still not positive, at least in cash flow from operations. So be a little careful with it. So they operate as FIS. They operate in multi-special telehealth platforms that connects consumers to licensed healthcares. Yes, they do sell a nice amount of pills for different things like hair loss, like other activities for both guys and girls. And they also kind of connect you with this own telemedicine platform where you can get kind of prescriptions with it. Financially, this company is pretty well, plenty of cash, no debt to their names. So fundamentally in a great place, right, Junior. The overall market, I'm not too familiar with. Fundamentals look good, but this is still early stage business, not profitable, not positive. Right now, at these levels, this is one when, hey, if I was bullish, I wouldn't mind building up a nice base position, but a base position on HIMS would definitely not be similar size as, for example, a base position to NVIDIA. This for me would be more of a speculative play. Again, just my opinions. It could mean I am wrong, but I believe this has a little bit more risk behind it to some other plays. Rajesh, what in your opinion is a good portfolio in terms of number of stocks? Rajesh, I'm guessing that is to Peru. So Peru, out of curiosity, about how many positions do you hold in your portfolio? I think Rajesh, right? That was more of a question to Peru, or was it more a question for me? So let's see, what else do we have? What other ones does the community? Super Koopa. I really like Super Koopa. Isn't that the for me, Rajesh, for my opinion, right? So I believe there's you can be both diversified and concentrated at the same time. So for me, Rajesh, I don't think there's a special number, but I do believe if you are bullish in a company and really are familiar with the market, if you really understand it and still are super bullish, even with all its competition, it's good to go heavy on them. So it's good to concentrate in your big positions. For me, for example, NVIDIA is roughly 10% of my portfolio, right? AMD, C Limited, some of my big players are close to 7 to 10%. At the same time, I don't mind kind of having a lot of positions, but those positions usually have very small portfolio. So Peru is completely different, right? He only has 7 stocks that he's investing in. So he is heavily concentrated, right? So again, kind of going with concentration. I'm pretty sure those 7 positions are ones he has high convictions in, so he enjoys going very heavy in. Very similar to my tier 1 stocks, right? My 5 positions, my 5 favorite positions, I go heavy in. So it all depends. I don't believe there's a magic number here. For example, Fizz, he has about 13, I believe, and his top 5 to 6 are probably 70% of his portfolio. There's no magic numbers. I think whatever works for you. So I'm pretty sure Rajesh Peru, if one of his positions takes a huge hit, he's not gonna do any types of emotional investing or emotional trading. But maybe some other person, someone might newer to a position, if they invest in only 10 positions and it drops like crazy levels, they might have weak hands. So I think it all depends on what you're able to sleep at night, and it all depends, right? I think it's the position sizing is more of how you are as an investor and what do you feel comfortable in. Because 7 might work for some people and might do really, really well. But if you're not able to kind of diamond hand it, then it might not be. If you're not able, you're gonna end up losing sleep on holding 7 positions and one of them takes a 20% dive. Fizz coming in with another question for Peru. Peru, do you run fully invested or hold cash, a cash position? And Peru, out of curiosity, those 7 stocks, are those not including your crypto holdings? I'm guessing you're still holding Ethereum and other holdings. Do you include that in your 7? And out of curiosity, are you in the NFT market? Just out of curiosity. Fully invested, Peru. Yeesh. Pretty insane. Pretty interesting. This is definitely, I'm gonna rename this the Peru talk show today. Fully invested. I agree. I believe fully invested is probably one of the best. Once you have a nice kind of, for me, once I built it up a nice, I want to say couch position or emergency fund, I fully invested as well, which is pretty interesting. I do believe the best step is kind of first make up a nice safety position. It all depends on what you want. You should patch Peru for a live talk show. If Peru would want to, I wouldn't mind. I mean, Peru has been a great supporter of the channel. If he wants to come in and share and has time, I know I'm pretty sure he's a busy guy. You should patch Peru for a live talk show. We can have some questions coming in from the audience and then just kind of have it sent his way. My crypto investment is different. ETH, Doge, BSV. Nice. I mean, to be honest, I'm not familiar with the crypto market. Peru, only ones I really know is ETH and obviously Doge for the obvious popular market. The other ones I'm not familiar with, but that's pretty interesting. Peru, you definitely kind of diversified in your knowledge in different markets. So that's impressive for sure. So what other stocks? Anybody have any other stocks? Well, we also ask. So we take a look at stocks and we're asking Peru questions. That is the stream today. So if you guys have any stocks, I know you guys might have posted some. I might have missed it because I'm kind of interested with what Peru has to say, obviously, for numerous reasons. But if you guys have any stocks, feel free to let me know. I have about 5 more minutes in today's show, guys. I have to. All right, Luis, let's take a quick look. CCOI. CCOI. So this is Content Communication Holdings. I'm guessing it's going to be a software company. And Rajesh, we'll take a look at yours next. And then Kendo, I think we looked at one for you, right, Kendo? If not, I'll look at another one for you. Yes, we did. I just want to hit a little bit more people on Kendo, so my apologies if we miss C-Doc in a bit. But CCOI, right now, we can see this company, first right off the bat, it's not overextended, right? It's kind of sitting at $72.29, but we can see in the past year or so, it's been very, very volatile. Definitely done strong returns to investors. Right now, in forms of technicals, nothing screaming like sell, nothing screaming buy for me either. But let's take a look. What is this? CCOI. Let me look at fundamentals. So Cogent. This is a telecommunication, super small market cap, $3.3 billion. They provide high-speed internet access, private networks, and data colocation space services in North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, South America, and Australia and Africa. So all around the world. Future growth, this company is one that is expected to grow 6.4% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. So not a heavy growth, but this is a company that you're getting a little bit more than just growth. You're getting earnings. This has been profitable for numerous times. This is one that's been positive in cash flow from operations. So Rajesh, let me show you not overextended. So for me, I look at stocks in the 3-day time frame. Like I mentioned, technicals is the last thing I look at. But within this 3-day time frame, I look at the 20-day, the 50-day, and the 200. When I say it's not overextended, it means the stock price is sitting next to the moving averages, and that's what we see, right? Right now, it's very close to its moving averages. One that's maybe not sitting next to its moving averages would be one of my favorite stocks. For example, Unity, right? So Unity is overextension for me. So Unity stock price is super high. The moving averages are still super behind it. So that's what I consider overextension. Overextension doesn't mean I'm not going to buy a stock. It doesn't mean I'm going to sell a stock. It just tells me, hey, Jose, there is a higher risk. And maybe me just coming from an engineering background, I like to look at percentage a little bit more. It just tells me, hey, Jose, there's a little bit more risk of a stock kind of pulling down. And for that reasons, Unity, if I was to enter at these levels, it wouldn't be a big position. It would be more of a dollar cost averaging position, because I believe even stocks that are overextended can continue to be overextended, and I just don't want to miss out on that boat, right? So, but it's just when I'm entering that boat, I'm just gonna enter with a smaller position, just myself, not enter with the whole family, in case the boat goes down, right? So it's more of that risk to reward tolerance to some extension. So this is a perfect example of overextension. But which one were we looking at? My apologies. What was it? It was CCOI. So sorry. So CCOI. This is, like I mentioned, this is not a growth company. This is a company that's kind of what's the ticker Peru mentioned right now? So Peru mentioned DMYI, which is the one that's gonna go with quantum computing. DMYI. He also mentioned Baba, I believe, and SoFi. Those are three of his positions right now that we are aware of. DMYI. But sorry, so let's go back into CCOI. Profitable. This is a company not in the growth stage, more of an already matured company. Positive earnings, positive cash flow. If we take a look at financial health, this one has plenty of debt, not much cash. So CCOI, it's understandable because this is a mature company, so it's able to kind of have this kind of balance sheet. I still wouldn't like it. Even as a mature company, I want you to have a strong balance sheet. But this was also paying a nice dividend of 4.4%. So this seems to be more of a dividend play. Not a play I normally go with. Not saying it's bad, just not my overall style. So not much growth. This is more of a company, if more you're not looking for a growth play, you're looking more for a dividend play. Right? I forget who it was. Luis. Right. So this is more of a dividend play with a decent balance sheet. DMY already up big. Yeah, it's up 13% today. Today alone. Today alone. And yes, David. Oh, Dave. So this is actually a dividend play for you. Nice. So let's see. Rajesh. I think Rajesh, unfortunately, guys, Rajesh might be the last one for today. I have to go work on some more videos and other stuff to kind of keep going. But let's take a quick look at this one. So this is Fortinet. I don't know why it reminds me of Fortnite. I think it's the same, right? It's the same letters, but I don't play for Fortinet. Provides integrated and automated cybersecurity solutions in the Americas, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia Pacific. Future growth, this company is expected to grow 16.5%. So it's a nice growth company, right, Rajesh? It is profitable. It is positive in cash flow from operations. They do have a nice market cap of $50.9 billion. So fundamentally, I'm liking it, right? Strong future growth, strong earnings, strong cash flow from operations. This is looking like a nice one if we take a look at fundamentals. Financially, they also have plenty of cash, $3.1 billion in cash. Then they have about $1 billion in debt. So they're not super heavy. Their balance sheet looks pretty impressive, right? So I want to say, Rajesh, fundamentally, again, I'm not familiar with the market, but fundamentally, they look pretty impressive. If we take a quick look at technicals right now, FTNT, unfortunately, this is a stock price that, look, this is what I would consider, Rajesh, a bit overextended. This is, I'm guessing, similar market to some of these, maybe net, maybe not, but a bit overextended. So to me, this is more of a dollar cost averaging stock right now, not a going in at a super heavy position just because of a risk of a pull down. But if we take a look at Y charts, maybe Y charts might give us something else. FTNT. So yes, even Y charts is telling me in historically, again, the market can grow in new levels. Can go to new levels, right? This it looks overvalued compared to where it's been in the past. So we can't look at the future at the moment, right? But compared to where it's been historically in the past, it does seem a bit expensive. So it's more like, to me, a dollar cost averaging, not a big time. Peru DMY name will change to ION and Q on October 1st. Tomorrow is the merging day. IonQ will be huge, but it's for the long term. Peru, out of curiosity, I feel like someone who usually would talk about IonQ might be in Palantir. Out of curiosity, Peru, are you in Palantir? I wonder if I should buy Ben Perez. I wonder if I should buy today or wait to see if we get more red in the week. And Lisa, appreciate the support. Love my videos. Thank you. I love your support. Kenneth, Jose, what do you think about Adobe stocks? Would you buy, or Mel? Would I? At the moment, Adobe, very interesting market for sure, Kenneth. I don't have any real thoughts on it. I know they're entering. They have that e-commerce market that not many people are familiar with. Ormed, would I? Oh, nice. Peru sold Palantir at $30. Peru, if you have a subscription service, let us know. We'll just all go in. I'll use your donations to enter your subscription service. But yeah. So, Ormel, would I buy DraftKings today? Yes, I would. Unfortunately, I only buy on Thursdays, and I'm not changing things up. But I would buy DraftKings today. A nice small, not big position either, though. I do believe DraftKings can definitely see better buying opportunities. More of dollar cost averaging. All right, Nee, you want to take a look at AMWL? So AMWL, and this is American Well Corporation. Right off the bat, I mean, sitting at volume area, I don't know if it's attractive. The stock price has definitely taken a huge hit since IPOing in 2020. Let's try to find out why. Perfect entry, mid 40s for me. I mean, I could be completely wrong. For me, or in the mid 40s. So right now, this is a company with a $2.4 billion market cap. They operate as a telehealth company that enables digital delivery of care for healthcare. Pretty interesting. So I'm guessing right now, with people kind of thinking Teladoc is not doing well, they're going to say, hey, American Well is not going to do well as well. Super small, $2.4 billion market cap. They are expected to grow 25.2% revenue on average based on analysts. So it's a nice growth company. Unfortunately, they're not profitable. They're not positive in cash flow from operations, right, Nee? So they are, I want to say, this is more of a speculative play right off the bat. For me, this is a small position for me, right? It's a company that at these levels has still not shown that, hey, this is going to be a strong market in forms of fundamentals. Obviously, the actual market and where it's going could show otherwise. But in fundamentals, this is still early stages company. They are pretty strong financially, right? So plenty of cash, no debt to their name. So right off the bat, for me, Nee, this is more of a speculative play. Speculative plays are not bad. It just says, Jose, if you want to enter this position, open in with a small position. So guys, Lopez, I'm sorry, I've been looking at Saga. I don't really follow that market, the therapeutics market, Alvaro. So I can't unfortunately give you any insights there. And guys, I am gonna end this stream right now. First off, obviously, big thank you to Peru. Peru, appreciate the support. It really does mean a lot. I mean a lot. Right now, I'm gonna go and run to my wife and just tell her how amazing today was again. But everybody else, thank you so much for the support, guys, for coming in, hanging out with me. Gordon, Danny, Kim, Nee, Fizz, right? Kendo, Junior, Supa, Gordon, I mentioned. I think Kendo already did it. Luis, Greystone, everybody, Rajesh, Scorpio, and sorry, guys, if I missed one of your stocks. I'll be on tomorrow, same time, 10 o'clock. I'll take as many stocks as I can, but sometimes I start to get brain fog. Alvaro, I'm sorry I couldn't get to you, but appreciate the support, and I will be on tomorrow. So guys, take care and see you next time.